Tying One On with Sean. Today I'm going to tie the Pheasant Tail Nymph on a size 16 hook with a bead and wire to add some weight, as I often do when fly tying nymphs, so I can get this to the bottom quickly while nymphing. Pheasant Tail Nymph is a classic fly that's one of the most effective nymph patterns of all time for trout, and as far as fly tying goes, it's one of the patterns that many of us learn early on. The natural materials that I use on this fly are some of my absolute favorite for fly tying, and I think all have trout attracting qualities. So I'm going to tie in the pheasant tail fibers here that are going to become the tail and the abdomen. Fold that back. Now we're going to tie in the copper wire, and this is going to be our ribbing. I like to tie it on the far side, and we'll bring the thread all the way back to where we tied off the pheasant tail. Now we're going to just kind of build up the body a little bit, get a good taper on the body, and your thread forward. Now begin wrapping your pheasant tail fibers forward, and you'll notice the little fibers on the top, and you can see them on the bottom as well. I think that they kind of move in the water and mimic the gills of mayflies, while you're nymphing, that help attract trout to this fly. So we'll tie that off, cut the ends, being careful not to cut your thread here. Now we're going to begin counter wrapping the copper wire. And this is going to create some segmentation as well as making it a durable fly, and I think the segmentation is one of those things that trout kind of key in on. So we'll tie this off here with some hard wraps. I like to bring the wire forward, a couple of wraps further than what I really need. You can helicopter this off if it's not as humid as it is here and I can't hold on to the wire. Now I'm going to tie in about 5 or 6 pheasant tail fibers for the wing case, and if you put them a little bit towards your side, facing you, they'll kind of roll to the top right where you want them. You just want to make sure that they're all together and there's no gaps in there. Now we're going to tie in a couple of peacock earls that'll make up the thorax. A couple of loose wraps. Get the ends where you want them. I love the movement and the shimmer that you get with the peacock earl on these nymphs. I think it's another trout attractor. There's so many aspects of this fly that have attractive qualities. So we're going to build up pretty thick, plump thorax here, and tie this off. And you can either cut these or just break them off. For the legs, I'm going to use partridge feather that I cut a V in the end. There you go. Just like that, and now we'll set that on top, and we're going to split the wing case. So get this right where you want it, as far as in the middle and on top of the fly. just make sure it's right where you need it here, splitting that wing case. Now I'm going to pull this forward. I'm pulling the pheasant tail fibers forward, and another wrap right here. And now we're just going to grab the stem of the partridge and pull it to create whatever, get the legs to where you want them as far as length. Now we'll tie this down. A couple of wraps on the back, a couple in the front, and trim this off here. Got a straggle on the back side I need to get off here. Now we'll just whip finish this. Throw on a drop or two of UV resin as well. And you can tie these in a variety of sizes. You can go real small for the like a blue wing olive. Go a little thinner on the abdomen. Cut your thread here. Just going to put a drop or two of the UV resin. It's going to create kind of a bulbous wing case here and a little shimmer, and it absorbs into the pheasant tail fibers, so it makes a real solid, durable fly. The pheasant tail nymph, time-tested trout fly. When fly tying nymphs, have a variety of sizes of these in your fly box. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time at Tying One On with Sean. Check us out at guidesley.com.